Hi, today I want to show you a little project that I do when I'm just kind of trying to get my mojo back. I've got an old dollar store coloring book that I bought for the kids that came over for Easter one time. And when I'm just like, okay, I want to do something creative, but I just want to be able to mull maybe my next project or whatever, I go ahead and just collage. I find it really meditative to collage. As you see, these are all really different. They're all pretty random. But then afterwards, I did go ahead and tear this one out. Afterwards, you can take it, cut it into tags, journaling cards, even use it like as a background for a journal cover if you choose. Or you could make it, you could fold it and make it into a journaling page. Bonus, you can either kind of go over this with a piece of coffee dyed paper, or you could just leave it the way it is and leave it for coloring fun. So I go from the front of the book, and then I go from the back of the book, so there's a little balance to it. But I've only got a few more pages left, and so I thought today we'd just work on this. It's nothing that you haven't already done, but I just thought that I'd bring you along for the ride and see if you enjoy this. I try to just, I've got this big old basket of scraps. I've got another basket of, these are all like solid colors and music paper, coffee dyed paper, graph paper, that sort of thing. So I'm going to leave that one on the bottom because I'm probably going to try to use this basket. So here we go. I just try to take it, and mainly, as you can see in the past, I have everything I've done is pretty rectangular. I try to just get it all down. Now, are there some places where you're probably going to need to add a little glue? Yeah. But I figured once it's actually cut into whatever shape you're going to use or whatever you're going to use it for, that would be a good time. Also, if you like to sew on it, then that would be the time to sew on it as well. While these dry, I usually do put a piece of wax paper so that they don't get onto the other page. So here we go. I like to use the Yoo-Hoo glue, and I usually use the guts of the old books that I have gutted to, like the old Reader's Digest. And I know some people don't believe in doing that, but I work with a library, and they're going to send them to the landfill. So they save them for me because she would rather see me do something creative with it than to have it land in a landfill. I try not to overthink this and just go for it. You can either use scissors, or you could use your, as I'm doing here, your ruler. Of course, you're not going to get the straightest lines in the world if you use the ruler, but I kind of like the look of that. And then I just throw the scraps back in there. These don't have to go to the edge because, I mean, they have to, you should go over the edge, but you can overhang the edge if you choose to, because the whole thing is they're not to where they're going to end up. They're going to end up in a different place. And I would add to them like perhaps a stamp or a sticker or stenciling, or anything that you're a focal point of some sort. I try not to make everything too directional because, again, we don't know how this is going to be used in the finals of what we're going to use it for. So we'll just go, I think we'll go this way. And like I say, it's hard, but I try not to overthink it. As I was saying, like further down the line, then I would probably put like a piece of this or some real lace or something like that. I try to just start in one area and go. I've done some that were like all in kind of more of a vintage colors, and then some that I just take every little piece of scrap that I'm trying to get rid of and throw that on there. Now, the thing about that is, like this, I could use it just the way it is, but I think I'm gonna try to clean up the edges because everything else has more of a rectangular shape. So we'll make this a little more rectangular. I mean, I know this is not rocket science, folks. I know that you all know how to do this, but I thought you might enjoy seeing my little creative process of really just letting it free flow. This paper is not working, so we're just going to toss it back in the box. It's not cooperating with me at all. Okay, let's pull some of these. I like that. I think I'll go that direction with this. Nope, I think I'll go this direction. So, what do you guys do when you get into a kind of a crafting malaise where you don't know exactly what you want to make or do? This is something that I do, and then sometimes it will trigger me into saying, ooh, you know what, I want to make tags, or I want to do this or that. So it's helpful in that regard. For me, at least. It helps me to just let my mind kind of wander for a bit. I do like doing like mass makes. I haven't done any in a while. I have a lot of ephemera currently of different types, but of course then whenever I go and I need something, it's not really right. It doesn't matter. You can use all different weights. This I have coffee dyed. So this, I really like this. We'll go right there. I made one of these ephemera holders. I don't know if you've seen them. Where you use the old book and you fold the papers and then you stick everything in there. It was a lot of fun. So that was one thing that I did when I was kind of like, okay, what am I going to do now? Sorry, I know I just hit the camera. I just changed this camera setup because I was getting so many shadows, and I think this is a little better, but I apologize if it's kind of shaky. Okay, I think that looks good so far. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, I like that a lot. Yep, that's good. So this is also a good place if you fouled up when you printed something and it didn't come out quite right. You can also use those in here, because I have printed the wrong thing at times, or printed it the wrong size, or and like I say, in the end, you can always get in there with some art glitter glue with a little nozzle and go up under there. And I don't know, folks, why did I save this one little thing of, but I'm going to use it. Since I got it, I'm going to use it. I would take these and make them into tags and probably sew around them. So that would help make sure that the edges were down where it really counted. You could, Mod Podge does not work for me, guys. It just, I live in Texas and it's just, I think, too humid here for Mod Podge. It doesn't, it seems like for me, it just never, ever, ever dries. Yeah, that's not going to work because it's got that brown around the edge and none of these other guys do. So I don't think that. I will edit that out and say no. That's a no. I thought I had a piece of map here, but then my hand let it go and now I can't find it. Okay, let's try that. Yep, that'll work. I'm going to cut it down some. So you see, it really doesn't, none of these you would think, oh, these are going to go together so great, but they all pick up on different colors in them. If you just go for it and don't hold back. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I like this. Uh-oh, my glue's coming out there. Okay. Well, I think that's it. I'm going to put a little piece of wax paper in here so that this doesn't stick to this page and let it dry, and then at some point I'll figure out what to do with all of these that I have made and can cut them into something completely different. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed this, please let me know with a thumbs up or a comment. Thank you.